Welcome all to the latest edition of the PSG report, powered by the Blurry Vision podcast. And PSG have been clean this week, for a lack of a better term, because they got 2 clean sheets. They first played, I believe, Toulouse earlier this week, beat them 3-0. I'll put the highlights up. And then today we beat Nantes 3-0. So I'm not really going to analyze the games that much. I want to get into the Champions League matchup, the big matchup that we have coming up. For the first matchup, though, I do want to say, you got to give Maxime Dupé for Nantes, the keeper, a lot of props. He had 9 saves, was spectacular. And it could have been a lot worse, a lot worse. But excuse me. Toulouse. First game was against Toulouse. Could have been a lot worse, but he did his job. He did his job. 9 clutch saves, and you can't ask for more from your keeper, especially when you're going up against a team like PSG. But with that first Toulouse game, I do want to say I do think what worries me is Mbappe's finishing. It's always been a problem with me. He had 5 total shots. So going forward, Mbappe's finishing worries me to death because in 2 games, he could have like 11 to 12 goals by now, but he doesn't. So there's that. Going back to that Toulouse game, everybody was good. Donnarumma was really good. He had 7 saves. And I know I've been very critical of Vitinha, but he probably had his best game. The Holy Trinity, Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, as a whole, superb. Verratti was better, probably his best game. And then for this game today, it seemed like we were kind of in cruise control. Kurtov, Galtier switched the lineup up a little bit. Neymar came off the bench. Wasn't so happy about that, but I guess Neymar is the best player, so the best player, should take a rest before the biggest game of the season. So Mbappe scored 2 goals off of Messi. Really would like Danilo to bury that first shot off of Neymar. Funny, Matt. Mbappe gave him a good little chance in front of the net, and he hit it right towards Alban Lafont. Wasn't buried. I would really like to see more of our PSG players contribute goal-wise besides just the Holy Trinity, but what are you going to do? Mbappe had a beautiful goal. And it I don't know, the goal looked very familiar, but, it reminded me of something. What did it remind me of?
And the brakes on here. Look at the white shirts racing forward. It's 3 against 3 here. Mbappe! Hat-trick! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! He's stolen the show, put his name up in lights, and Paris Saint-Germain, quite incredibly, lead.
Can't put my finger on it. What really killed me was when one of the announcers called Vitinha one of our most important players, which I thought was absolutely laughable because I feel like me and the announcers are watching 2 different games. Even though Vitinha has been better since I've been on his ass, the announcer said, "Oh, when he wasn't there against Monaco, you saw what happened." Vitinha was not Vitinha's absence wasn't the reason why we drew against Monaco. Like, let's relax. Fabio from Nantes got a red card, which I actually thought was kind of a terrible call, believe it or not, on Vitinha with that tackle. And Nantes from there, I think the score's already 1-0. So from there, they were done. There was no chance for them. Messi to Mbappe for the second goal. Great toe poke by Mbappe. I've been super critical of him, but when he does his job, I will give that man credit. When he's not, I will tear him down on this platform that I created. I promise you. And Mendes had a great goal for the third, and it was all academic from there. Nantes stood no chance, especially with a man down. And Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Is that mine? Dope. It's gonna it's gonna be interesting to see how what happens if Vitinha can't start in the Champions League game against Juventus. But before I do get into that, I just want to say, um, I'm really proud of how PSG came back from adversity. After the Monaco game, people were trying to question us. Oh, the run's over, the run's over. No, 6-0 since then, and teams don't look teams are starting to look a little shaky of us. Monaco took it to us, but in the last two games, I feel like teams are almost they don't know what to do against us. At least in League One. But it is going to be interesting to see what Juventus does because today they actually drew against Fiorentina. Fiorentina. How do you pronounce that team? That city in Italy. Um, Fiorentina. Yeah, Fiorentina. Um, if I remember correctly, Di Maria was subbed off in the 46th minute, and Paredes didn't have that good of a game. So it looks like the grass is always not greener on the other side when it comes to our former PSG players. Juventus is definitely in trouble. Definitely in trouble. PSG is hitting on all cylinders, and it can and will probably get bad. I think I don't know what chance Juventus really has. No Pogba in the middle of the field to be super creative. Paredes just got there, so he's probably not exactly locked in. And I just don't see any reason how Juventus will get a goal versus us. No Chiesa for however long he's out for. So I think, and it's at the Parc des Princes. I think we're gonna see a 4-0 PSG. That's what I'm going for, 4-0. We're flying on all cylinders. We've overcome adversity earlier in the season, so yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't 4-0 Juventus. And I think I said this on a previous podcast. I think that we can break our own group stage record of goals, which is the UEFA Champions League record of 25 goals that we set in Neymar and Mbappe's debut season. So it's going to be interesting. And I do think that we will win all six group stage games. I really do. So I can't wait for Tuesday. I'm so excited. Tuesday is going to be a great, great day. I'm going to make sure I'm watching the game. I'm going to come on here after and talk about it and, break it down. The only thing I'm worried about with PSG is Mbappe. He needs to finish these chances. I believe he's now tied with Neymar somehow for goals during the season. He's played like 2 or 3 games. So it's kind of impressive, but it's easy to score when you have Neymar and Messi giving you easy through balls. So yeah, I am just worried about if Mbappe can finish his chances because of his inconsistency in front of goal. We lost to Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. And I'm not going to show that clip because I think I've shown it a bunch of times. And I want to bring positivity to what's going on right now because I want to win this game against Juventus. I want to beat them, crush them 4-0. Okay? Absolutely crush them. That's what I want. I hope I don't break this brand new table that we got. But anyway, if I do, I know producer Matt's going to fix it. But anyway, anyway, that is the PSG report. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Let's hope for a PSG win. And, I hope Angel Di Maria and Leandro Paredes don't cry too hard after this loss. It's been the PSG report, the Blurry Vision podcast. It's been the PSG report powered by the Blurry Vision podcast. And I'm Shaq, and I am out. Thank you, and you guys have a good and safe Labor Day weekend. And I will see you guys all on Tuesday. Peace. Bonus clip. Now, with Vitinha now. I want to talk about Vitinha real quick. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Vitinha moving forward because we have a packed midfield now. This is probably the best midfield we've ever had. We have now Soler, We have Carlos Soler, Renata Sanchez, Fabian, and obviously we have what's his name, Verratti on the other side, and Danilo Pereira. I might be missing someone. I don't remember. Now I've been very critical of Vitinha. So what I was gonna say before my video got rudely interrupted was that it's gonna be interesting to see if Vitinha can keep his starting spot for the rest of the season. I don't think it happens because he's not that guy, honestly. He's not that guy. This is the deepest midfield and best midfield tandem we've ever had with all these players. Carlos Soler. I named everybody. If he could be starting after the break when the round of 16 starts, if he's still starting, that is going to be extremely impressive, and I'll tip my hat to him. But until then, I am rooting for, and I need Fabian in that midfield. Everybody be safe. Like I said, have a good weekend and stuff. And this is Shaq, and this is the PSG Report, powered by the Blurry Vision Podcast. Peace.